And this is a very wonderful chapter, chapter number 7. And what we are going to be reading is going to be like really very interesting verses. I mean, when I read it for the first time and for many times, even today, when I read it, I feel very, I don't know what's the feeling, but it's very amusing to hear this two verses. Krishna is going to say about four type of people who surrender to him, four type of people who don't surrender to him. Okay, he says that in a very entertaining way, and we will see that. Okay, who are the four type of people who surrender to Krishna? Who are the four type of people who don't surrender to Krishna? We'll find out. So we are doing the chapter number 7. It's also called as the knowledge of the absolute. Let's find out. Yeah, the first is like the four type of people who do not surrender to Krishna. Let's hear this. Any devotees wants to read this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can
Hare
I
Krishna.
start?
Yes,
Hare
please.
Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Bhagavad Gita, chapter 17, text 15. Na mam duskritino mudha prabhadante naradhamaha mayaya parahita jnana asuram bhavam ashitaha. Trans Na, not, mam, onto me, duskritina, miscreants, mudha, foolish, pravadante, surrender, nara, adhamah, lowest among mankind, mayaya, by the illusionary energy, aparahita, stolen, jnanaha, whose knowledge, asuram, demonic, bhavam, nature, ashitaha, accepting. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Prabhupada ki jai. Those miscreants who are grossly foolish, who are lowest among mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of demons, do not surrender unto me. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So here is a very interesting verse where Krishna is talking about the four type of people who don't surrender to him. Okay, what are the four type of people who don't surrender to Krishna? Who are the lowest among the mankind, whose knowledge is stolen by illusion, and who partake of the atheistic nature of the demons, right? And who are grossly foolish. Okay, let's see that. So the purport is also very interesting. We'll go through this one. Okay, there are four type of people. Krishna is saying. How many type of people don't surrender to Krishna? Four.
Oh.
And what are they? First one is Name Dushkritino Mudha. First category is called as Mudha. And the second category is called Naradhama. Third category is called Maya Parthagnana. Fourth category is called Asurim Bhavamasrita. And the purport is also so nice. We cannot miss this purport. Okay? Let us go through this purport. So particularly we'll start directly from here. Yeah, the four type of people. Okay, let us see the four type of people. I want a volunteer to read this.
May Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
First, the mudhas are those who are grossly foolish, like hardworking beasts of burden. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor by themselves and so do not want to part with them for the supreme. The typical example of the beast of burden is the ass. This humble beast is made to work every hard by his master. The ass does not really know for whom he works so hard day and night. He remains satisfied by filling his stomach with a bundle of grass, sleeping for a while under fear of being beaten by his master, and satisfying his sex appetite at the risk of being repeatedly kicked by the opposite party. The ace sings poetry and philosophy sometimes, but these braying sound only disturb others. This is the position of the foolish fruity worker who does not know for whom he should work. He does not know that karma, action, is meant for yajna, sacrifice.
Continue,
Most
continue.
often, those who work very hard day and night to clear the burden of self-created duties say that they have no time to hear of the immorality of the living being. To such
Immortality.
muras, yes, Prabhuji?
It's immortality, not immorality.
immortality of the living being. To such mudhas, material gains, which are destructible, are lives all in all, despite the fact that the mudhas enjoy only a very small fraction of the fruit of labor. S- Sometimes they spend sleepless days and nights for fruitive gain, and although they may have
Ulcers.
eucle-
Ulcer.
eucliers or
Ulcers. It's not nuclear. It's
okay, sorry,
ulcers.
ulcers or indigestion, they are satisfied with practically no food. They are simply absorbed in working hard day and night for the benefit of illusory masters, ignorant of their real master. The foolish workers waste their valuable time serving Mammon. Unfortunately, they never surrender to the supreme master of all masters, nor do they take time to hear of him from the proper sources. The swine who eat the night soil do not care to accept sweetmeats made of sugar and ghee. Similarly, the foolish worker will continue to hear of the sense enjoyable tidings of the flickering mundane world, but will have very little time to hear about the eternal living force that moves the material world.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah. So, what did you understand from this, devotees? So, what is the animal represented by this mudas? Which animal is the representative of mudas?
Ass,
Right.
ass,
As
donkey,
yeah,
donkey,
donkey.
ass.
Yeah. So, Prabhupada is saying mudas are like donkeys. Okay. And Prabhupada is saying in a very, actually, it's very funny, this purport. Prabhupada is writing, this humble beast is made to work very hard by his master. You know, donkey works very hard, right? And donkey, what is funny about donkey is it works so hard for a little bit of grass, isn't it? But then that grass is already available. It doesn't need to work so hard for getting that grass, right? And what happens again? It's also nicely, very nicely, it is beaten by his master. Earlier days there used to be a lot of donkeys, right? Now we have so many autos, vehicles, but earlier all the work used to be done by donkeys, camels, and all these animals only, right? So yeah, so here Prabhupada is comparing this mudas, that is like hardworking beasts of burden. Prabhupada says hardworking beasts of burden. That means they're so busy, right? So and they're very foolish also. They don't have time. They don't have time for Krishna. They don't have time for Bhagavad Gita. And then sometimes they will sing some poetry. That's what he said. The ass will sing some poetry and philosophy sometimes. But this braying sound only disturbs the others. Because of the braying of the ass, nobody becomes very entertained. Right? So I remember one Panchatantra story, right? So one day what happened? Um, there was a donkey, okay, which goes to eat graze by the fields. It goes to the graze by the fields, okay. So very secretly they go, one donkey and some other animal, they go and they are grazing. After some time eating this grass, suddenly the donkey feels, I think my voice is very nice, let me sing for some time. And then it started to sing in the Panchamaswara. That is like that in the Panchamaswara, it is singing in the higher note, it is singing and it is enjoying very much, very nicely. What a nice song, what a nice song. Then the master came and nicely bet. And this donkey had to run away from there. So, like that, Prabhupada is comparing. See, actually, it is very serious. But Prabhupada wrote it in a very funny way. The serious truth about it is, you know, most of the time we are so busy. A lot of people are also very busy, but they don't have time for Bhagavad Gita. They don't have time for Bhagavad Gita, right? So we become so busy in activities that we completely forget about this most important activity, right? So this is not a good thing. And Krishna, I mean, we should understand in God's view, what is the view of God of those people who are very very proud that they're very working very hard. See, working hard is not a bad thing, but we should not be working so hard that we don't even have time to hear about Bhagavad Gita, which is the very purpose of our life, is to hear Bhagavad Gita, right? So if you forget the very purpose of our life and we are only busy just trying to satisfy our boss, then what is the difference between a human being and a donkey, right? So such a person is a muda. Muda is a donkey, right? So first person is somebody who is working very hard, right? Not having time for Krishna conscious is actually a donkey. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Duskritina. Anybody wants to read this Duskriti? Yeah, second. Start from here.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I
Yeah,
read
please,
it?
please go ahead. Read.
Another class of Dushkriti or miscreant is called the Naradham, the lowest of mankind. Nara means human being and Adham means the lowest. Out of the 84 lakh different species of living beings, there are 4 lakh human species. Out of these, there are numerous lower forms of human life that are mostly uncivilized. The civilized human beings are those who have regulative principles of social, political, and religious life. Those who are socially and politically developed but who have no religious principles must be considered Naradhams. Nor is religion without God religion, because the purpose of following religious principles is to know the supreme truth and man's relation with Him. In the Gita, the personality of Godhead clearly states that there is no authority above Him and that He is the supreme truth. The civilized form of human life is meant for man's reviving the lost consciousness of his eternal relation with the supreme truth, the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, who is all powerful. However, whoever loses this chance is called a Naradham. We get information from revealed scriptures that when the baby is in the mother's womb, an extremely uncomfortable situation, he prays to God for deliverance and promises to worship Him alone as soon as he gets out. To pray to God when he is in difficulty is a natural instinct in every human being, in every living being, because he is eternally related with God. But after his deliverance, the child forgets the difficulties of birth and forgets his deliverer also, being influenced by Maya, the illusionary energy. It is the duty of the guardians of the children to revive the divine consciousness dormant in them. The 10 processes of reformatory ceremonies are enjoined in the Manusmriti, which is the guide to religious principles, are meant to reviving God consciousness in the system of Varnashram. However, no process is strictly followed now in any part of the world, and therefore 99.9% of the population is Nara Adham. When the whole
Yeah.
population, okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare
Yes, yes,
Krishna.
Mataji. Thank you very much. Yes, Hare Krishna. So, so what is being said here is Naradhama means lowest of all the mankinds. In simple words, you know, every human being, every race, they have some kind of civilization, some kind of religion is present. But you know, if there are some people who do not have any God conscious religion, they do not have any principles to live, such uncivilized form of human life is called as Naradhama. Naradhama means lowest among the mankind. So, Narottama, we heard about Narottama Das Thakur, right? Narottama means the best among the human beings. Naradhama means opposite, the lowest among the human beings. So it is said 84 lakh species of human animals are there. In that 4 lakh human species are there. 4 lakh human species means different kinds of races. In the different kinds of races also, some of them are very uncivilized, some of them are civilized. So the Vedic culture is said to be the most civilized. Okay, the Vedic culture is the most civilized because they are following the Varnashrama Dharma. So those who are following the Varnashrama Dharma are called, like, very civilized human beings, but who do not have the principle of Varnashrama Dharma at all, right? So they are called as Naradhama, right? So the idea is we have to revive our lost consciousness with the Supreme Lord, with Krishna, right? So, but if we lose that chance, then such a person is called Naradhama, right? Actually, there's one interesting point Prabhupada is saying here is that, when there is a baby is in the womb, right? There is a, in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is something called Jantu Gita. In the Jantu Gita, it is given, in the Kapila Bhagavan says that child in the body of the mother prays fervently to Krishna that please give me a chance to come out and I'll become a very nice devotee. But after coming out of the womb, what happens? The child forgets everything. Child forgets everything, right? So like that, he's caught by Maya, correct? So the idea is that parents, the main duty is they have to help these children to revive this divine consciousness. That is why we have got something called samskaras, right? Starting from Garbhadana samskara, right? And then Jata karma and Pumsavana. So many samskaras are there, isn't it? Like Annaprasana, like that, and Upanayana samskara. All these samskaras are meant for reviving or purificatory processes. They are given in the Manusmriti. So these are the guide for religious principles. Okay, these are like the topmost religious principles which are meant for reviving God consciousness. But okay, let me ask you a quick quiz question. So what percentage of the world is Naradhama as of today?
99.9%.
99.9%. So how much percentage is not Naradhama now? 0.1%.
0.01.
Point, point, point one, 0.1% is not Naradhama. So yeah. So that is the
That
thing.
point on the Moodas Prabhuji.
Yeah, and that point, yeah, in that then there'll be Mudas, there'll be some Maya Paratagnanas and so many people
Yeah.
different. Correct.
So all in all, the Aryans are very few. Are
Yes.
not there maybe.
That's true, Mataji. So hardly there's anybody who is remaining, no? Population entirely, everybody is more or less in one of these four categories only, right? Yeah. So here it is said, learned man is one who sees the Brahmana, dog, and the cow, elephant, and dog eater as the same. So Sri Nityananda Prabhu, he delivered the typical Naradamas. There's a very nice story of the Naradamas. Have you heard of this story? Jagai and Madai. How many of you have heard of this story, Jagai Madai? Okay, nice. It's a nice story, right? I'll tell you the story quickly. Some of you may not have heard it. Okay, let us hear about this. The story of deliverance of two Naradamas, Jagai and Madai. So there were two Brahmanas, okay, coming from Brahmana family, but completely fallen, okay, very fallen and very sinful people called Jagai and Madai, right? And these people, they used to be torturing everybody. You can think of all the bad activities that they were doing. In simple words, they did so many sinful activities that assistant of Yamadharmaraj, right, Chitragupta, he was running short of paper and ink to write his sinful activities. So much sinful they are. So then what happens one day, they encounter Nityananda Prabhu, who is associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's Balaram. Balaram is Nitai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna. So upon the instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they go out for preaching everybody about Krishna consciousness. And they encounter these two drunkards who are very uncultured Naradamas, Jagai and Madai. So they try to preach to him. So especially Nityananda Prabhu is fearless, Avaduta. So he says, my dear brothers, why are you like this? Why are you drinking and falling down like this? Why don't you chant the names of Krishna? You'll become so pure. You'll come back to your original state. My dear brothers, please listen to what I'm saying. So this Jagai and Madai become very angry that how dare you give me advice? You're going to teach me, you're going to teach us how to become pure, and they chase him. Like that multiple times happens. On one day, on one occasion, they take that pot of wine and just smash it on the head of Nityananda Prabhu. Okay, and then Nityananda Prabhu starts to bleed. So at that point of time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appears in that scene. And then he becomes extremely upset that who has injured Nityananda Prabhu. And then these are people who have done it. And then he immediately calls for his Sudarsana Chakra and he's about to kill these people. At that time, Nityananda Prabhu catches the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya and says, my dear Lord, in this incarnation, you do not kill anybody. You are Mahavadanyaya. You are the most merciful incarnation. So please deliver this Naradamas. They are the lowest among the mankind, but if you can deliver them, then your mercy will be, shown. How you can deliver even the lowest among the mankind also you can deliver. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu forgave them, and then even gave Krishna Prema to them. Immediately they got Krishna Prema. Immediately, in the same instant, they got the Krishna Prema, love of Godhead. So from Naradama to Narottama in a moment, right? So that is the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so that is a very beautiful story of Jagai and Badai. Okay, so how a real devotee is gives mercy to the even to the lowest of the mankind also. Devotees will show mercy, right? So let's go to the next one. The third category is called Dushkritina. So three categories, right? Name Dushkritino, Muda, Prapadyante, Naradama. Third category of Dushkritina is Maya Apartagyana. Okay, this is a very interesting category. Let's talk about this. Yeah, anybody can read this?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, yes.
Third number, right, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Yeah. The next class of Duskrit is called Maya Prahatra Jnanaha, or those persons whose erudite knowledge has been nullified by the influence of illusionary material energy. They are mostly very learned fellows, great philosophers, poets, literati, scientists, etc., etc. But the illusory energy misguides them, and therefore they disobey the Supreme Lord. There are great numbers of Maya Pahatra Jnanaha at the present moment, even amongst the scholars of the Bhagavad Gita. In the Gita, in plain and simple language, it is stated that the Sri Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is none equal to or greater than Sri Krishna, greater than him. He is mentioned as the father of Brahma, the original father of all human beings. In fact, Sri Krishna is said to be not only the father of Brahma, but also the father of all the species of life. He is the root of the impersonal Brahman and Paramatma, the super soul in every entity is his plenary portion. He he is the he is the fountainhead of everything, and everyone is advised to surrender unto his lotus feet. Despite all these clear statements, the Maya Patra Jnana deride the personality of Supreme Lord and consider him merely another human being. They do not know that the blessed form of human life is designed after the eternal and transcendental features of the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna
Yes.
Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. So this is the third category, Maya Apartagyana. Now this category is intellectuals, but the foolish intellectuals. What do you mean by foolish intellectuals is they are very intelligent in one sense that they get all the Booker prizes and all the literary prizes, everything, but they don't accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is their intelligence has been stolen by the material energy. They have got intelligence, but it is not purified intelligence. It is stolen by Maya. Such kind of intelligence they have got. We see so many people like that, right? There are different kinds of atheistic people are there who do not believe in God, right? But they continue to write so many books and even get so many prizes also. They are very famous in the society. Now they are called Maya Pratyajnana. And even among those people who write the commentary for Bhagavad Gita also, surprisingly, they write a lot of commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, but they don't even acknowledge Krishna as a Supreme Lord. Despite of Gita telling us in very simple words that Krishna is a Supreme Lord, that he being the father of Brahma and father of all the species, still these people are so, their mind and intelligence is stolen by illusory potency so much that they can't recognize that this simple fact also they can't understand. So, but for our understanding, we have to understand Krishna is the father of every living entity. There is nobody equal to him. There is nobody greater than him. And he is the source of everything. And we have to surrender to Krishna. And then he is even the source of impersonal Brahman and Paramatma also. Okay. He is not just Paramatma. He is not Brahman. He is beyond that. He is the source of both of them. He is the root of Paramatma and Brahman. That is Krishna. So Mayaprata Jnanis, they don't know that. Okay. Now each of this category is termed as Dushkriti na. Name Dushkriti no Muda. So Krishna is saying each of them is called Dushkriti. Dushkriti means what? Miscreant. So all these four people are miscreants. Anybody who does not surrender to Krishna is a fool number one. That's it. Okay. So Srila Prabhupada also says, how do we know? Prabhupada says, how am I saying this? Prabhupada said the same sentence. I'm repeating it. He said, anybody who doesn't surrender to Krishna is a fool number one. Then he said, how are you saying that, everybody is fool? Here they are also intelligent. They have got so many prizes. They have got so much of memory. Then Prabhupada says, Krishna said so. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, the foolish people do not surrender unto me. They are dushkritana, that's all. They may be intelligent among the rest of the foolish people, but they are considered to be foolish, that's all. Because they have not surrendered to Krishna. As simple as that. Okay, let's see the last category. Asuram Bhavam Ashrita. This is the demoniac people, atheistic people. Let us see. Who wants to read this?
May Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. The last class of Dushruti is called Asuram Bhavan Asrita, or those who demonic principles. This class is openly aesthetic. Some of them argue that the Supreme Lord can never descend upon this material world, but they are unable to give any tangible reason as to why not. There are others who make him subordinate to the impersonal futures. Although the opposite is declared in the Gita, envious of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the atheist will present number of illicit incarnations manufactured in the factory of this brain. Such person, those who very principle of life is to decay the personality of Godhead, cannot surrender unto the lotus feet of the Sri Krishna.
Okay,
Sri
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yamunacharya
I think we stop. Thank you.
abandoned
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Guru,
Hare
South
Krishna.
India said, "Oh my Lord, you are acknowledgeable to person involved with assist principles. Desist your uncommon qualities, features and activities despite your personalities being confirmed by all the revealed scriptures in the quality of goodness, and despite you being acknowledged by the famous authorities, renewed for their depth of knowledge in the transcendental science and situated in the godly qualities." Hare Krishna Prabhuji Dandu Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. So, this is one of the questions, okay, in the next level of bhakti steps, right? So, we have finished Krishna Sevak. Next step is Krishna Sadhak, right? I think in the Krishna Sadhak, next step, you'll have this question. What are the four type of people who do not surrender to Krishna? What will be the answer that you will write? What are the four type of people who do not surrender to
Grossly
Krishna?
foolish persons, lowest
Yeah.
of mankind, deluded speculators, and the professed atheist.
Yes, that's right. That's right, Mataji. Yes, very nice. Thank you. Next comes, see, what we have seen just now is four kind of miscreants. Dushkritina. Krishna is openly saying anybody who doesn't surrender to Krishna is a Dushkritina, miscreant. That's all. Now comes Sukritina. Okay. Sukritina means opposite of Dushkritina. Means very pious people who surrender to Krishna. Okay. Let us see who are these Sukritina. Four type of people who surrender to Krishna. Yes. Anybody can read this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead,
May I?
please. Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jnana sukritino arjuna arto jignasur arthati jnani cha bharatarshaba. Synonyms: chatu vidaha, four kinds of Bhajante, render services, Mam, unto me, Jana, persons, Sukritina, those who are pious, Arjuna, O Arjuna, Artha, the distressed, Jignasuhu, inquisitive, Artha Arti, one who desires material gain, Jnani, one who knows things as they are, Cha also, Bharatarshaba, O great one amongst the descendants of Bharata. Translation, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. O best among the Bharatas, four kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute.
Hare
Thanks,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
चतुर्विधा भजन्ते मां जना सुकृतिनो अर्जुन आर्तो अर्थार्थी जिज्ञासी ज्ञानी च भरतर्षभ. Very nice poems to memorize, the previous one and this one, right? So the four type of people: pious people who render devotional service unto Krishna. So anybody who renders devotional service to Krishna is already said to be a pious person, sukritina. And who are they? The distressed, artha, the desirer of wealth, artha arthi, and the inquisitive, jignasu, and then the one who is searching for the knowledge of the absolute, jnani. Artho artharthi, jnani cha barsha, jignasi. Four. Okay, so the four type of people who surrender to Krishna or who surrender service to Krishna, I think this is very easy to understand. Let me ask you a question. Who was the devotee who surrendered to Krishna because he was very distressed? Who is a famous person or personality or who surrendered to Krishna?
Gajendra.
Yeah.
Gajendra
Gajendra.
Prabhuji.
Gajendra. So what happened to Gajendra? Why was he distressed?
His
He
leg
was
was caught by a crocodile.
His leg was caught by a crocodile and he was distressed.
Distressed.
So similarly, when we are in any kind of difficulty, when there is a little bit of trouble, what do? We immediately go to God. We surrender to God. We start worshipping God, right? We start going to the temple, we start giving charity, we start doing puja, all of that. So like that, even if somebody is coming to Krishna in distress also, Krishna is saying he's a good person. He's not saying he's a bad person. Okay, that we have to note first of all. Even if somebody comes to Krishna for the sake of getting his miseries mitigated, he is also pious soul because he is coming to Krishna. Because there are some people who do not even come to Krishna. They do not even go to God, even though they are distressed. And there is a artharthi who is desirer of wealth. So there are some people who go to Krishna for the sake of getting some kind of money or wealth. Can you tell one devotee from Srimad Bhagavatam?
Dhruv Maharaj.
Yeah, Dhruva Maharaj. So
Prabhuji,
what did he want? What was his wish? Dhruva Maharaj, what did he
he
want?
wanted a kingdom bigger than his father because he was insulted by his stepmother.
Yes, he wanted a kingdom which was bigger than his grandfather, Manu, right? Because he was insulted by his stepmother, right? Suruchi. So he wanted money, he wanted a big kingdom, therefore he went to worship the Lord. And what happened towards the end? When Lord Vishnu appeared, did Dhruva Maharaj express his desire that he wants a bigger kingdom? What happens next?
No, Prabhuji, after seeing the Lord, his desire for wealth vanished and he wanted the devotional service of the Lord.
Yes. His desire for the wealth was vanished, and then he became very humble and he said, I'm so foolish. I came for some kind of some pebbles I had come, and then I found the real diamond. I was so stupid. But still, even though he did not want anything, he did not ask also, Lord immediately grants him that kind of kingdom. He says, you will go to that pole star, the eternal kingdom, which is bigger than it is never destroyed, and you'll go to that place. And he also becomes the king of the entire three worlds here, like that. So anybody who wants money also, it's encouraged that they go to Krishna, right? It is said, even if there is a desire or no desire, Akamo sarvakamo va mokshakamo udaradihi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta hi purusham param. That means, see, some people have no desire. Some people are full of desire. Some people want liberation. Doesn't matter what category of people they are. Everybody must worship the Purusham Param, the transcendental person, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. That is the most auspicious path, because even if they want something also, if they go to Krishna, they'll become purified. Like Dhruva Maharaj. In the beginning, he wanted a kingdom, but once he saw Lord Vishnu, he became so purified, he said, I don't want anything. That purification is possible if we go to Krishna. Right? That is important. Inquisitive. Who is the famous devotee who is known to be inquisitive?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj.
And
Right?
Sanaka Muni also, Prabhuji?
Saunaka Rishi. Shaunaka
Sorry,
Rishi.
Saunaka Rishi.
Yes. Shaunaka Rishi is said to be inquisitive, because when Suta Goswami was giving this Srimad Bhagavatam discourse, Shaunaka Rishi is asking so many questions. That is Jignasa. He asked so many questions. In the beginning, there's 6 questions that the sages ask, right? So, followed by that, there are so many questions that the sages ask. So, that is inquisitiveness. So, I'm sure there must be some of you who have come to Krishna consciousness because of this inquisitiveness. You wanted to find out who is God. You wanted to find out what is this mystery around this Bhagavad Gita. And then you came, and that's how you got attracted. Is there anybody who's like that, who came to Krishna consciousness due to inquisitive nature? Yes, I'm seeing Prafa Prabhu, Janardhan Prabhuji raising hands. Premai Kunti Mataji is also raising hands. I can see, yes. So out of curiosity, we want to find out, okay, what is this all about, Bhagavad Gita? And then we come, and then, devotees come, and then they become devotees, right? That is Jignasa. Jignasa is also good, Jignasi. That's why it said in the Vedanta Sutra, Atato Brahma Jignasa. So it is encouraged in our scriptures, become inquisitive. Because without the inquisitiveness, how will you find out the absolute truth? There must be some inquisitiveness, isn't it? Who is God? Why am I suffering? Who is this human beings? Why do I have a body? Right? Why do good things happen? Why do bad things happen to good people? These kind of questions will lead us towards the absolute truth. So it is encouraged. Yeah, that Atato Brahma Jignasa, have this inquisitiveness. The 4th category, Jnani. So can anybody say who is considered to be a Jnani? I mean, who approach the Lord because of their knowledge? Out of knowledge, they approach the Lord. What is the example?
Ambrish Maharaj.
Four Kumaras, Prabhuji,
Yes.
they were born with the knowledge, and they went to the Lord, because they were knowledge that the Lord was the supreme.
Okay, they had knowledge of the absolute, and they went to the Lord. And what happened next after they went?
Prabhuji,
They
when they
became
went,
impersonal. They were impersonal Brahmins first, and then when they actually met with Vishnu, then they became pure devotees.
Yeah, how did the transformation happen? How
by
did the
smelling the tulsi
Smelling
leaves,
the tulsi
leaves.
leaves.
By smelling, right? What happened
Tulsi
is, like, these 4 children, these are called 4 sages. They are very young, okay? They look like children. They're not children, they're very old. They're as old as Brahma. So these 4 sages, Chatuskumara. So they are full of knowledge. So one day they went to see Lord Vishnu. And when they went inside, first of all, they were stopped by Jaya and Vijaya. And then the famous story of they cursing this Jaya Vijaya, and then Jaya Vijaya taking 3 births happens. And after that, Lord Vishnu comes out to address them. So at that point of time, when they see Lord Vishnu for the first time, this is the first time they're seeing the personal feature of the Lord. So, and then they see, they get some smell, fragrance. The fragrance is coming from the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. When they simply take that fragrance into their nose, then they were completely impersonalists. From impersonalists, they completely transformed into personalist, right? They became devotees. So what do we understand, right? First we saw this Gajendra. He was out of distress. He surrendered to Krishna, and he went back to Godhead. And we see here Dhruva Maharaj, he was desiring wealth, and he went to worship Krishna, and then he became a pure devotee, right? And then we have Shaunaka Rishi, who was very inquisitive to find out, and he became a great devotee. And this four Kumaras, out of their knowledge, they went to the Lord and they became devotees. So, what is the final conclusion? Why is Krishna praising all of these four people?
Because they surrender to the Lord.
They surrender to the Lord. Ultimately, either if you go to see, but it's considered to be very primitive religion, right? So going to God for some desires, right? They call it mannat, right? In Hindi, in Kannada they call harke, right? So that means I will go to God, and if I get this, I will give you this, something like that, right?
I do that. I do.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, he'll do this and I'll do that. Like,
Yes, you do this and I'll do that. Yeah. It's like a very primitive form of religion. Krishna consciousness is saying you should not be expecting anything. But at least if you start from that point also, if you can surrender to Krishna, it is good. That's the point. Like if you can completely surrender to Krishna, one day this person will become a devotee. Still a Sukritina because he has approached the Lord. Okay, like that. May not be the best, but still on the way to becoming very good devotee. Like that. So that's
Hare
about
Krishna,
this.
Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna, sorry.
Yes,
Prabhuji,
please.
can we put Prabhupada ji in this category of searching for knowledge of the absolute? Because he too,
He's a
right from
pure
childhood,
devotee.
he was a pure devotee right from his childhood, Prabhuji. Then can we put him in this category?
I think he's beyond this category, Mataji. There's one more category beyond this. I'll talk about it. Okay, he's
Okay,
beyond this
Prabhu.
category. That is the pure devotional service. He's a pure devotee.
Okay, Prabhu.
He's
And
neither
Prabhuji,
of this. He's beyond this.
and in this distressed category, we can name even this Draupadi Prabhuji. Even
Yes,
she called
that's
out
a
to the
nice,
Lord.
nice one. Yes, Draupadi in distress,
Draupadi.
right? And Arjuna, once he was in distress, he surrendered to Krishna, right?
Yes, in the
The
battlefield
cows,
of
Vrindavana, cows of Vrindavan, once they were in distress, they surrendered to Krishna. So all of this, yes, nice. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes. Let us read this purport. It addresses this question also. Here it is said, these persons come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service under different conditions. And they are not pure devotees because they have some aspiration to fulfill in the exchange of devotional service. Okay. But pure devotional service is beyond this four. That is without aspiration. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulyena krishnanushilanam bhaktiruttama. So one should render transcendental loving devotional service favorably without desire and profit, material profit or gain through the fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. Also, that is called as pure devotional service. So what happens is then how the purification happens to these poor people is because of the association of a pure devotee. Okay, when they come, this Dhruva Maharaj, he came in association with whom? Who was a pure devotee whom they came?
Narada.
Narada. They came in association with the Narada. So when they come in association of the pure devotee, they also become pure devotees. Right? That is what it is. And as far as the miscreants are concerned, for them devotional service is very difficult because their lives are selfish, irregular, and without spiritual goals. And even some of them, when they come in contact with a pure devotee, they also become pure devotees. So even Dushkritina, there are two types of people, right? Sukritina, Dushkritina. Sukritina, when they come in touch with the devotees, they become devotees. Even Dushkritina, the fourth type of Dushkritina, starting from the Muda to the Asuram Bhavam Ashrita, they also, when they come in touch with devotee, they become devotees, right? So that is the interesting point. So, yeah, so here is the main point that Prabhupada is saying is that even if somebody is very busy also, they should somehow take some time and associate with pure devotees. This is the conclusion. When you do that, you become a pure devotee. Doesn't matter if one is Sukritina or Duskritina, does not matter. They should simply submissively sit down and listen. Just sit in the association of devotees. That's it. Then that is the only process. That is the only powerful process that will work. There is one dangerous category among the Duskritina. Okay, we should not be in that category. Okay, which one is the most dangerous category according to you? I mean, which can completely be, we can never become a devotee in that category. What is that category?
Atheist, Prabhuji.
Okay, atheist, but atheist also, he says that I don't believe in God. Okay, but that day when he gets sufficient proof, he may believe in God. So That's also not so bad.
Naradham, Prabhuji.
Naradama
They,
is
yeah.
somehow by bad association, he's having bad habits, but someday may realize and become devotee also. There's still
The
more.
last category, Prabhuji. Asuri
Asurim Bhava Mashrita. Asurim Bhava Mashrita is only atheistic, same thing that you said in the beginning.
Then communists.
Muda, Muda is like hardworking people. They also, they are like innocent people. They also become devotees. It's not that they don't want to become it. The worst category
The
is the
egoist Maya Parahitagyan.
Maya
The
Partagnyana.
egoist.
Yeah. Maya Partagnyana means, uh, it's like this. See, you can wake up somebody who is sleeping, right? Or you can wake up somebody who is already awake. But what about a person who is acting to be, sleeping? Can you wake him up? Right? Somebody who is acting to be sleeping, we cannot wake such person up. So Maya Pratajnana is a very dangerous category, because this category of people, they are in a false illusion thinking that they have understood the whole thing. They are so convinced in their philosophy. It also includes the impersonalist also. They are so convinced in their philosophy, convinced that, I've got the absolute truth. This is the best of the philosophy. And because of the philosophy, they do not surrender to Krishna. You see the danger, how dangerous that trap is? That when we become very proud of our philosophy, of our knowledge, that knowledge itself becomes a stumbling block for liberation. It becomes a hurdle for surrendering to Krishna. Because so the false ego will come and say, why should I surrender to Krishna? I am only Krishna. This is Maya Paratajnana, very dangerous category. That is why Prabhupada says this Mayavadis, every time he criticizes Mayavadis, he says stay away from the Mayavadis. Because the Mayavadis, they are Gyanis, but Maya Apaharta That means the illusion has stolen their knowledge. And because of that, they have come to a false conclusion and they spread the false conclusion. So when we hear that, we also come into that false conclusion that, oh, I am only God, like that. When we come to that false conclusion, I am only God, and if somebody will come and say, some devotee will come and say, Prabhuji, please chant Hare Krishna, he will say, what chant Hare Krishna? I am only God. Go. Right? That's what will happen. Hare Krishna. Let's go to the next one. So, these are the two verses. This is very nice. And yeah, let's take this verse, and what we'll do is we'll stop after this verse. What we'll do is we'll do Bhagavatam installation ceremony. So Amarnath Prabhu, who started joining our classes recently, he took this Srimad Bhagavatam recently. So Srimad Bhagavatam has arrived in his home. So we will welcome Srimad Bhagavatam by doing a ceremony, and we will sing Hare Krishna Kirtan. And if possible, in the end, we'll speak a little bit about Srimad Bhagavatam, and we will end the class. Is that okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, devotees. Thank you. So let us take this verse and we'll stop. Okay, 7.17. Who wants to read 7.17?
May I, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
तेषां ज्ञानी नित्ययुक्त एकभक्ति विशिष्यते प्रियो हि ज्ञानिनोत्यथर्महं सचमं प्रियः.
Can you read the translation?
Translation by His Divine Grace Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Of these, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him, and he is dear to me. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Right. Let's go through the purport, and I'll also tell you something very interesting anecdote of Srila Prabhupada.
Sure, Prabhu.
Yes, thank you. So anybody wants to read the purport? Yeah. Any devotees?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Can I
please.
read,
Go ahead,
Prabhuji?
go ahead. Yes, yes.
Purpose. Free from all contaminations of material desires, the distressed, the inquisitive, the penniless, and the seeker after supreme knowledge can all become pure devotees. But out of them, He who is in knowledge of the absolute truth and free from all material desires becomes a really pure devotee of the Lord. And of the four orders, the devotee who is in full knowledge and is at the same time engaged in devotional service is, the Lord says, the best. By searching after knowledge, one realizes that his self is different from his material body. And when further advanced, he comes to the knowledge of impersonal Brahman and Paramatma. When one is fully purified, he realizes that his constitutional position is to be the eternal servant of God. So, by association with pure devotees, the inquisitive, the distressed, the seeker after material amelioration, and the man in knowledge all become themselves pure. But in the preparatory stage, the man who is in full knowledge of the Supreme Lord and is at the same time executing devotional service is very dear to the Lord. He who is situated in pure knowledge of the transcendence of the Supreme Personality of God is so protected in devotional service that material contamination cannot touch him. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, important point to note is Krishna is saying out of these four devotees, the one who is in full knowledge and engaged in pure devotional service is the best. This is very important to note. Again, this can be taken out of context by this Mayavadi. Mayavadis can say, see, Krishna is talking that we are the best, like that. But the answer to them is Krishna is telling those who are in full knowledge and who are engaged in pure devotional service are the best. What about the second point? So, other Mayavadis, are they engaged in the pure devotional service of the Lord? Need not
No.
be. No, they are not. So, it's not them. Okay, it is for those people who are Gyanis. But just like that, the four Kumaras who have that absolute impersonal knowledge, they have, but at the same time they are not biased. They are open for taking higher knowledge. Okay, it is for them who are already devotees and who are also devotees of the Lord. They may not be like the pure devotees yet, right? So, but by the association of the devotees, they come to the full knowledge. Okay, and all these four type of people, including the one in knowledge, they become pure devotees and they are very dear to the Lord. Okay, in the preparatory stage, the man who is in the full knowledge of the Supreme Lord at the same time executing pure devotional service is very dear to the Lord. And he who is situated in the pure knowledge of the transcendence of the Supreme Lord is so protected in devotional service that material contamination cannot touch him. Okay, we will stop here, devotees, unless there is any question. Is there any
Hare,
question or
Hare
anything?
Krishna, Prabhuji. I just want to ask you
Yes,
something.
please.
Prabhuji, in which category does Ravan, Hiranyakashipu come? They had the
Yeah,
knowledge.
they are all Dushkritina category for sure. They are not in this Sukritina category at all. They are not surrendered to Krishna. They are the Asurim Bhava Masrita. Hiranyaksha, I mean Ravana, I don't know what kind of knowledge he has, but he's Asura. He's Asura. He's Ravana Asura. He's Asura means he's openly atheistic. He challenges the position of God. So he is Asura. He's purely Asura. He's Asura only. Or either he will be Asurim Bhavamashrita or Maya Aparta Jnana. One of these two. Hiranyakashipu and Ravana. Definitely not in these four categories.
But
Could even be
Prabhuji,
both, Prabhuji.
But Hiranyakashipu had lot of knowledge about the Gita. Na Prabhuji, he did
Yes.
convince the.
His knowledge is that's what Maya Aparta Jnana means. See, there are so many people who have knowledge, but
Okay,
opposing the Lord.
suppose.
Hiranyakashipu says, don't worship Vishnu, worship me. Right? That is Maya,
Yes,
means
yes.
illusion. Knowledge is there, but intelligence stolen by illusion. That is the knowledge.
Thank you,
Dharma,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, adharma.
Yeah, dharma only, yes. They don't come in the category of this four Sukritina.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, can Prabhupada ji come in this category, the last category which you said, being in full knowledge and engaged in full devotional
Yeah, he is
services?
beyond that. There is a category beyond this. There is a pure devotees is beyond this category. This is still speaking about the one of the four categories only. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Is beyond this. Maybe you can say this or even beyond this. That's pure devotee is not even concerned about the knowledge aspect. He's like, completely pure devotion. Anyabhilati dashita shunyam jnana karmadi anabrutam anukulyana krishnanu silanam bhaktirutam. So we will see in the seventh chapter later, Krishna. Right now, Krishna is talking about 4 types of people who surrender to him, and among them the jnani is also included. But when Krishna starts to speak about the devotees, he doesn't call devotees as Sukritina, pure devotees. There is a special word he uses them.
Sure.
Anybody knows what is the word? He uses a special word for the devotees, pure devotees.
Shuddha Bhakta, Prabhuji.
Kindly repeat the question,
The
Prabhuji.
question is, Krishna is saying anybody who comes to him, okay, regardless of whether they are one of these 4 categories, they are Sukritina. He says they are Sukritina, pious people. He says pious people. But those people, that means the Jnani is also a pious person. That's all. He's a Jnani means a knowledgeable person is a pious person. That's all, not beyond that. There is another term that Krishna uses. There's a particular word that Krishna starts to use for pure devotees. What is that word? When he starts to talk about pure devotees, in couple of verses he will start talking
Siddha
about
Paragya, Siddha,
not
Siddha
Siddha,
Paragya.
not Siddha, not Siddha. He will say some other word. He doesn't say Sukritina, he doesn't say pious. He will say some other word.
Above all,
No,
Servant
it's
of the
above all.
servant.
Shuddha
Gunatita.
Bhakta, Prabhuji.
Servant.
Shuddha
not
Bhakta.
Shuddha Bhakta, not Shuddha Bhakta,
Gunatita.
not Gunatita. So, if you want some hints,
Vaishnava.
no,
Prajavikacharya.
it starts with M. The word starts with M.
Mahabhakta Bhagavata.
Mahatma.
Mahatma is the right.
Mahatma.
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 Then Prabhupada is Mahatma.
Prabhupada is Mahatma. That is correct. He's not Sukritina, he's
Mahatma.
Mahatma.
जी विदुर के लिए भी महात्मा विदुर बोलते थे ना.
Yes, Vidura is also Mahatma.
Mahatma.
Mahatma is beyond the pious category, much beyond the pious category. That is like pure devotee is Mahatma. Mahatma naams tu mam partha daivim prakriti mashrita. Right? We'll come to that. Okay?
Prabhuji, there is also one word in 10th chapter. Tejomsha.
Mama tejam
Teja
sambhava.
amsa.
Yeah, Mama tejam sambhava, that one?
Yes, Prabhuji. So that is Prabhupada.
Yes. Nice. Okay, devotees, we'll stop here. And what we will do, we'll start the Srimad Bhagavatam installation ceremony. Amarnath Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, are you ready?
Yes,
If you're ready, you
Prabhuji.
can please turn on your video and just show us the darshan of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna, Dhanot Pranams. Amarnath Prabhuji. Yeah, okay, we will see here. So, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Okay, so Prabhu, what you can do is, yeah, can you go a little closer if possible? So, yeah, okay, this is fine. We are able to see, everybody is able to see? Sorry, I'll spotlight you, sorry. Can you all see now?
Yeah. Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Hari
Prabhuji.
Bol. Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
so
Hari Bol.
this
Hari
Grandaraj
Bol.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.
Jai.
हरि
Jai.
बोल.
Hari Bol.
Jai.
Hari Bol.
Prabhuji, you can start showing the agarbatti and ghee lamp 3 times and flowers, and we will all sing Hare Krishna. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya
Padaya.
Krishna Pristhaya
Krishnaya.
Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hari.
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for the darshan and
Srimad Bhagavatam
Arti
ki
giving.
jai.
Prabhu,
Srimad
you can
Bhagavatam ki jai.
circumla, Prabhu, you can do pradakshina round the Bhagavatam 3 times. Please go round the Bhagavatam 3 times. Yeah, you can go pradakshina. So this is called paying obeisances. Okay, by circumambulating 3 times because Bhagavatam is same as Krishna. Okay, this is Srimad Bhagavatam book set. I'll give maybe a 2-3 minutes talk. Srimad Bhagavatam is the incarnation of Krishna in the form of books. It's the book, literary incarnation. Book incarnation of Krishna is Bhagavatam. So this Bhagavatam is written by Vyasa Bhagavan. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you very much. So, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. So this Srimad Bhagavatam is written by Vyasa Bhagavan and this has 18,000 shlokas. Okay. Starting with the first shloka, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, there's a first invocation prayer of Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And this is very, very special because this is the original Mula Bhagavata. Mula Bhagavata means it's the original 18,000 shlokas written by Vyasa Bhagavan. Right? Vyasa Bhagavan has written 18,000 shlokas of this Srimad Bhagavatam. And even more, it is very auspicious because this is the purport. This is also called as the Bhakti Vedanta Bhashya. It's called Bhakti Vedanta Bhashya. Bhakti Vedanta Bhashya means purport written by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada said, one day he was reading his books. Somebody asked, Prabhupada, why are you reading your books? Prabhupada said, I never wrote these books. Krishna dictated it. Then the devotee asked, okay, Krishna dictated it. Maybe Krishna inspired you. Then Prabhupada said very strongly, Krishna dictated. Krishna dictated. Krishna sat here on my shoulders and then he dictated. It is not my books. Krishna has dictated these books. Like that. Prabhupada said, this is not books. This is not a commentary. This is my ecstasy. Each and every purport is ecstasy of Srila Prabhupada. So how many of you, when you were reading Srimad Bhagavatam, book reading, you also felt the same? That it is an ecstasy of Prabhupada. Each and every bhashya, each and every commentary, is the expression of Srila Prabhupada. His ecstatic love towards Krishna, he has outpoured it in the form of this Srimad Bhagavatam book set, right? So, and I'll tell you a very interesting story. You see, it seems that in Vaikuntha Loka, you see, Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi Devi also read Bhagavatam. That's what they'll be reading. Yeah. And Vishnu will be reading a little bit in hurry, because Lord is in a little bit of hurry because he wants to finish quickly, and because he has so many things to take care of in the universe. But when Lakshmi Devi reads, she will read very relaxedly. So she will read very slowly, but Vishnu will read fast. So like that, so the divine couple, Lakshmi and Vishnu, right? They are also reading Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? This is so auspicious. It is said, if you have Srimad Bhagavatam at home, then it is as good as having all the Tirtha Kshetra in your house, Tirtha Stalas. All the, Kashi, Prayaga, all the Tirthasara, Naimisharanya, everything comes to our home when we simply have Srimad Bhagavatam at our house. And it is said that all the 33 crore Devatas, all Devatas will be residing in that house, and they will be worshipping Srimad Bhagavatam. And they will be in that house only. All the 33,000 crores of devotees, all the demigods are there in that house where there is Srimad Bhagavatam. So this is so powerful, Srimad Bhagavatam. We are very, very fortunate that we got the access to this book set that Srila Prabhupada has given to us. So it's very nice that Amarnath Prabhu has, asked for this Srimad Bhagavatam book set, and he has given us the service to give the book set to him. So I would like to thank Amarnath Prabhu for giving us this kind service and inviting Krishna to his house. So let us all chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 3 times for Amarnath Prabhu for his
Hare
spiritual
Krishna.
purpose. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So Hare Krishna devotees, thank you so much for joining. So we will stop here today a little earlier than usual, but we'll continue again day after tomorrow. And there are many more interesting verses coming up in the 7th chapter. As I told you, 7th chapter is so beautiful. It is every chapter is very nice. This is also like the Bhagavatam Rasamalayam. There is so much of there's so much of happiness in reading these verses, and very unusual or something I've never heard of. Krishna classifying people into 4 type of people who surrender to him, 4 type of people who do not surrender to him. Such a beautiful classification. And then Krishna will continue to progress, and he will tell something more and better and better and better about devotional service and about Krishna. He will start revealing more and more and more and more. Okay, so we will all continue that. Okay, so thank you so much for
Prabhu,
everybody for joining. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, just one thing I wanted to ask.
Yes,
Is it possible that these 4 categories could be existing as combinations of 1 or 2 or more also?
possible. Yeah, yeah. It's not exclusive categories. It's
Yes. So,
possible that they are combination of also. Yes, combination is possible. It's not exclusive categories. Yeah,
yes,
it's a
Prabhuji.
general.
Thank you so
It's a
much.
like basic level of understanding that how
Oh, yes.
4 type of people surrender to Krishna, 4 type of people do not surrender to Krishna. If you actually read these verses, now these 2 verses actually motivate us a lot, isn't it? So when somebody tells you in a school also, teacher will say, here is for children also we do this, right? Here is a bad boy, here is a good boy. Are you a bad boy or a good boy? Then what do you say? Or what does the child say? Say, I am a good boy, right?
Goodbye
So
and
it's
bye
like
bye.
that. Krishna is saying
It's a
so.
mixture.
Yes,
It's a
Prabhu?
mixture. It's a mixture.
It's a mixture. Yeah. So the kids sometimes they say, no, I'm a bad boy, right? So like that, Krishna is saying, here is a good people, pious people. Here are miscreants. Whom do you want to be? Do you want to be a miscreant, or do you want to be a pious person? At one level we understand, okay, I have to surrender to Krishna, otherwise I am a miscreant. So I will surrender to Krishna. Okay, I am a devotee. I'm not a miscreant. Uh, I'm a pious person, like that. Right? Such a nice.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Very, very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna,
may
Prabhuji, Danvat Pranam. Hare
Yes, sir.
Krishna.
I
Dhawan
ask
Prabhu, yes.
something, Prabhuji?
Tell me,
Yes,
add
Prabhuji.
something if you want. Yeah, please.
Yes, Prabhuji, last year we also had opportunity to, have Bhagavatam for us,
Jai.
and we bought like full set. We got like but it's in India, Prabhuji.
Okay.
We could get like first three cantos here, but we have not started, reading it. I'm reading, but it's like online thing I read
Okay,
from
you're reading it online. You're not getting a
the
chance to look at the books.
Veda base. But that so Prabhuji, we did not do any this
Ceremony,
what
yes, got it. Installation
yes,
ceremony.
Prabhuji. So
That's fine.
what is advice, Prabhuji?
If you want to do it now, also you can
Should
do
we
it.
do?
If you have not even started reading, if you want to do that ceremony sometime, we can do that. No problem. But
Okay,
if you,
Prabhuji.
provided you have all the book set is necessary, it's
Yeah,
just
it's not full set, Prabhuji. We have just
but
first three
you don't
cantos
have the, you
currently.
have only three, right? Because it is said
Yes.
each and every chapter is each and every canto is one of the limbs of Krishna,
Yes, Prabhuji.
right?
So then,
But it's okay.
okay.
You've got the best part with you. But the
Yeah,
first two are what? First two cantos. What are they?
first three cantos.
Feet of
Yeah, yeah.
Krishna.
But what are the first two? First two are the lotus feet of Krishna. So you brought the lotus
Lotus
feet of
feet.
Krishna to your house. The most
Yeah,
important, the most
yeah,
important
so
thing which is
maybe
relevant.
we can do little for lotus feet, Prabhuji,
Yeah,
whatever we are capable of.
yeah. You can do it. You can do it, Prabhu. Just do the
Thank
same
you,
thing
Prabhuji.
that I said. You show,
Sure,
you
Prabhuji.
offer, what do you say? Show agarbatti and ghee
Yeah,
lamp.
maybe early morning
Yes, yes,
we can do
definitely.
this.
Yes, we can worship
Thank you so
Srimad
much,
Bhagavad,
Prabhuji. Thank you.
right? Yes,
Thank you.
welcome.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam, Prabhu.
Dandavat
Thank you.
pranams. Hare Krishna. So we'll
Dandavat,
stop here,
thank you.
devotees.